My name's Teo Pellizzeri. Pleasure to have your company on FFV Radio this afternoon. Today's feature match is Women's NPL Victoria as Alamein host Bayside.
The temperature might have plummeted, Marianne.
But the savings are always hot here at Chemist Warehouse, Grace.
It's time for What's On in the Warehouse.
What's on in the warehouse?
That does mean that the opportunity for Alamein to really consolidate their hold on fourth is up for grabs today, and potentially the chance to go and try to pursue Bulleen Lions to take third. But the first priority is to make the finals at all, and standing in their way today is a Bayside team that was able to hold them and frustrate them with a draw last time they met some 8 weeks ago here at H.A. Smith Reserves. Currently shaking hands with the benches. Rob Giabardo on the bench for Bayside, Sinisa Kowadzic of Alamein. We've got the effects mic on today, so I'm sure you'll be able to hear them through the course of the afternoon, as you will the players too. Referee just marking out the notebook here, so players standing in position, ready to start. It's Bayside in their away purple shirt this afternoon, Alamein in their home red shirt with the blue sash. And that whistle gets us underway. Alamein hosting Bayside. And for Alamein today, Erin Hudson in goal, Maria Patricus, Olivia Ellis, Candela Ferreira-Bass, Kelsey Minton, Jana Lawson, Rachel Alonso, Amanda Doyle, Jacinta Galabatarachi, Alexis Rossi and Emma Checker making up the starting 11. And for Bayside, Melissa Maisels, Steph Parton, Kirsty Shearing, Sienna Fogarty, Emma Runnels, Jess Au, Emily Harbus, Molly Burke, Rena Hirano, Arissa Takeda and Natasha Belleville. On the bench for Alamein today, Brie Gurr, Kat Goff, Lucy Richards, Jacqueline Lemieux and Indy Johansson Block. And for Bayside, Celia Kelsel, Sarah Walsh, Ash Harvey, Grace Norbury and Miller Jowett. The flags are pretty obvious in the early stages here. It's favouring the southern end, at the end that Alamein are attacking. And they're looking to move forward through Kelsey Minton here, who runs into the challenge of Parton, who then scoops the ball out for a throw. Down in the corner, and Takeda knocks it away, one of the two Japanese imports playing in the Bayside team.
Jana, go take it! Go take it! Hey, Doyle! Chelsea! Leave it!
So the end result is a throw right down next to the corner flag for Alamein, hurled in by Lawson. Ferreira-Bass with the flick header on, and Doyle scoops it into the penalty area where Maisels is able to run it down and bat the ball and hold on. Melissa Maisels, who missed a fair chunk of the season with a foot injury, but is now back and has been playing for a couple of weeks. Good to see. Takeda plays it back to Maisels. Of course, spent a season at Alamein. Now switching out to the left side. Bit of pressure on with the pass. Patricus. And now Lawson through the right side from the byline, cutting it in. And Parton keeps it away from Ferreira-Bass, turning it behind for a corner. You can hear the wind coming through the effects microphone. It is the first time that Ferreira-Bass has played against Bayside, the team she started the season with. Galabatarachi is taking the corner, but it won't be easy to take the right-footed corners down at the southern end with the wind blowing the way it is. And the ball won't even sit up on the quarter circle at the moment. So Galabatarachi with a couple of attempts to set it here, just won't sit. Now eventually the corner, in at the near post. Cleared by Belleville, but a bit of backspin on the ball. Runnels heads it away, Galabatarachi stepping around. And again another shallow cross, this time Burke is dealing with it and sending it back out for a throw. The wind is going to cause a few problems hitting some of these set pieces today. Lawson with an attempted long throw. Ferreira-Bass flicks the header on, and now turned goalward by Kelsey Minton. First shot on target for either team, but it's held on to comfortably enough by Maisels. Not much power behind the header. Minton flicks it on. Takeda clears. Now Sienna Fogarty playing in midfield today. Has spent a lot of the season at centre back, but playing further up the park so far this afternoon. And now a free kick going the way of Bayside, just inside the defensive half. Taken backwards though. Rossi, the American centre back, plays it to Patricus on the right. Caught in possession by Harbus. Throw in. Headed by Belleville. Up to Doyle, who can't control the ball. Thrown to be taken by Belleville. Doyle can't control it though. Out for another throw. Runnels with a header. Bayside haven't really done any attacking as yet. Alamein prevent that from happening on this occasion. Back to the centre of defence. Emma Checker is there. Out to Ellis on the left. Keeps it moving. Minton. Back to Checker. Bayside not pressing up with any great intent in the early stages. So Hudson with plenty of time to roam out of the penalty area and play it to Rossi. Doyle from deep in midfield, venturing forward, and then a slip allows Lawson to take possession. Turning near the top of the box, Lawson, and is going to break through the right. Opts for the cross, and it's turned behind for a corner by Fogarty. Alamein patient enough in the build-up there, eventually able to win themselves a corner kick. And Galabadarachi, whose first corner of the game didn't get too close to the 6-yard box, is going to line it up again. The wind has subsided a little, and this time it's right into the hot spot. Good header away by Fogarty. Potential handball by Doyle. Referee allows play to continue. Belleville gets it to Shearing. Caught in possession briefly by Alonso. Has to backtrack to Parton. Only as far as Rossi. Now Jessau holding the ball up in midfield for Bayside. And able to turn away from Alonso and break forward, but there's no one ahead of the ball for the visiting team. Now a run arrives. Ours pass was blocked, and then Shearing with a pass straight down to Hudson. No real organisation to the attack on that occasion. And a long clearance from Hudson is going to bounce off the firm surface here at H.A. Smith Reserve. And it's been headed back to Maisels by Parton, who was able to come across and prevent Alamein getting away on the break. 7.5 minutes gone, scoreless so far. Doyle wins possession off Runnels, and Minton is drifting in from the left side. Will want to cut onto her right foot, decides to play it to Alonso with a scooping left-footed shot that bends over the bar and dips a bit too late. Out for a goal kick. Surprised Minton didn't go herself there, has been one of the top scorers in the league this season. You would think the confidence would be there to go for it, but decided to play it to Alonso instead. Maisels waiting to take a goal kick. Off the back of Hirano in a battle with Ellis, who sends it down the line and eventually seen out by Burke. thrown in.
Tough game yesterday. Was it a fair result in the end? I just commented on Twitter.
So looking at how the teams line up, Alamein with Hudson in goal. Centre backs today, Maria Patrikas and Emma Checker. Left back, Liv Ellis. In fact, centre backs Checker and Rossi, and then right back Patrikas. Defensive midfield is Doyle. In front of her, Galabadarachi and Alonso. On the right side of her front three is Lawson. On the left is Minton, and up top is Candela Ferreira-Bass. And for visiting Bayside, it is Melissa Maisels in goal. Takeda wins the header at centre-back. It flicked on by Lawson to no great effect. Takeda and partner the centre-backs. Left-back Belleville, right-back Burke. Central midfielders Fogarty and Au. In front of them Runnels. Harvest playing on the left. Hirano on the right. And Kirsty Shearing, interestingly, playing at centre-forward. Both teams appearing to play a 4-3-3. Throwing up to the halfway line. Runnels holding off Doyle, who then sticks a boot in and knocks it away. It's been a good duel between those two already so far. Takeda, pass intercepted by Rossi. Minton back to Doyle. Now Checker consolidates. To Ellis at left back, but being corralled the wrong way by Hirano, and then able to cleverly play out of trouble with Checker. Down the line. Minton. Back to Checker. And a long ball up to Ferreira-Bass. Turning and playing the diagonal. It's going to bounce past Belleville. Lawson has an opportunity outside the penalty area, wheeling back in on the right side. The low cross through the 6-yard box. No one there for Alamein. And it's flashed away by Hirano, who backtracked to assist the defence. Ellis drifts in another cross. It's going to fall to Lawson. Flag stays down, and Maisels makes a very good one-on-one save. Point blank, and was able to block it away with her leg. Lawson trying to roll it under the goalkeeper. And the flag stayed down from the assistant referee. Alamein totally catching Bayside out with the crossfield pass. But Lawson wasn't able to capitalise against the goalkeeper, and Maisels has done well to keep the score at 0-0. 11.5 minutes in, and it's the best chance of the game so far. Ellis scooping across, bouncing up towards Lawson, who's turning away from Belleville. And then Belleville back in and sends the ball out for a corner kick. Good recovery from the defender. Galabadarachi, another corner. This one headed away at the near post by Belleville. Out to Harvest, and Bayside have got a long way to go for the counter-attack. Alonso stops that. Able to chase Harvest down. Throw in then for Bayside. Belleville sends it long. Shearing chasing it down towards the byline. Hudson, the keeper, half a step outside the penalty area and then takes the ball back in, picks it up, boots it away. A lot of distance on the kick. You can see the effect of the wind. It was a handball by Belleville, bringing it down out of the air, and it will be an Alamein free kick. Probably too far for a direct shot on goal on a normal day. And they take it quickly. No thoughts of trying to catch the wind here. Galabadarachi overhits a pass, and it's out for a goal kick. Maisels takes the restart. Flicked on by Runnels. Shearing. Forced to go backwards. Being followed by Rossi, the centre back, all the way, who then wins it off her, but the pass is sent in the wrong direction, and Alamein's turn to go backwards into their defensive half. Checker. Over the right side. Lawson won't chase it down. They are still adjusting how to judge the wind here, Alamein. Maisels boots it into the wind. It holds up. Runnels brought it to ground. And then a crossfield pass is also going another 10 metres backwards. Burke hits it down the line and it's scooped out. Bayside get a throw. Free kick down in the right back corner going Bayside's way. The wind, as much as Alamein has proven their opponent so far in this one, really struggling to move the ball up the pitch. Now Takeda takes the restart. Fogarty plays it to Hirano. Back to the halfway line and Burke. Hirano. Rossi with a foul on Shearing. Little kick to the ankle. So a free kick now for Bayside. And given it's against the wind, it's probably beyond shooting range, even though it's only about 10 metres from the edge of the box. Takeda is standing over the free kick. And a pack of players has congregated at the top of the area. Takeda drives it straight into Alonso's outstretched boot, and then Doyle boots it away. Maisels directing traffic as the ball runs all the way down to the top of the penalty area. Bayside give it away over on their right side of midfield. Runnels knocks the ball up to Checker. Volleyed clear. Headed from Takeda. Galabadarachi lets the ball sit and then takes off, sending it through the right. Lawson has been Alamein's main outlet so far, sends the ball long, and Alonso can't chase it down.
Let her go! Stay in your space there!
Not for the first time today, Alamein have overhit a pass and unable to chase it down before it rolled out. Harvest with a header on. Shearing. Runnels. To Belleville, a hurried pass. Gifting possession back to Checker. Boots it up to Doyle. And Amanda Doyle turning slowly and misses Patrikas. Gives possession back to Bayside in their attacking half. They're just starting to get a foothold in the game now, Bayside. Runnels brings the ball down. Jessau running through, couldn't take it with her. Shearing, turning, top of the box. Being forced sideways. Burke with a first-time shot. It's blocked by the near defender in Checker. As promising an attack as we've seen from Bayside so far, though. Shearing brings it down and the ball goes straight back out for a throw. Ferreira-Bass can't control it. And Hirano is able to escape and break down the right side. Ran straight into the challenge of Rossi. Checker. Ball eventually bounces out for an Alamein throw. Fogarty given away. Minton steps inside Fogarty. Now Galabadarachi. Doyle tried to charge through Runnels. It didn't work. But the ball is going to run on. Ferreira-Bass takes it away from Jessau. Is able to measure a pass to Lawson. Takeda backtracking. Makes it a 2-on-1 for Bayside and then avoids conceding the corner by hooking it away. And down the line, Belleville with an ambitious run. But the pass is to no one in particular. Straight back to Checker. Patricus. And it looked like the last touch was off Harvest as the ball was knocked out for a throw. So it will be Alamein possession. And now another corner. So by my count, this is 5 already. Still only early in the game. We've only played 21 minutes. Alamein haven't been able to do a great deal from any of the 4 corners they've had so far, though, and it's mainly because Galabadarachi just hasn't been able to elevate the ball far enough into the penalty area. Let's see what you can do this time. Here comes Galabadarachi's corner, and again headed away at the near post. It's going to fall to Alonso, reaches up to a volley, and then Maisels made a fairly regulation hold a bit awkward by double grabbing at it. Ferreira-Bass was hoping it might break free, but goalkeeper is able to cling on to the ball. Checker hurls it down the line. Ferreira-Bass chasing. Takeda keeps it away. Ellis takes the throw. Ferreira-Bass rolling to the byline and from the impossible angle fires it into the side netting. And the referee said it took a touch off Takeda, who was there with Ferreira-Bass all the way. So now a corner from the side that Alamein would much prefer, given the direction of the wind. Galabadarachi can go over and take it from the left. And this will lend itself to an in-swinger. Alamein have got all their numbers congregated against the near post. Galabadarachi, it's not even going to arrive that far as it tumbles down to Runnels. Gets a second chance and appeared to be fouled by Runnels, but the referee saw nothing wrong with the tackle. It's out for a goal kick. Ellis. Long ball, which Ferreira-Bass refused to give up on, sprinting forlornly after it as it appeared clear it was going to run long, and indeed it did. Goal kick straight onto the head of Minton. Booted into the fence by Burke. Quarter of the action gone today. Still scoreless. Bayside doing a lot of defending, but not being able to break into their own attacking half. Seem to be comfortable enough dealing with what Alamein have shown them so far. Ellis's throw. Defensive header by Burke. Au trying to hook it away from the byline. It's going to sit on the paint, and then Burke sends it onto the head of Ellis. Galabadarachi brings it down through the left, hurtling through 2 challenges, and then can't run it down at the byline. Out for another goal kick. Maisels decides to switch time. It's not going to work out though, as the ball is down at the byline, and assistant referee Alex Jarman saying it's going to be a corner. Game's in a holding pattern at the moment, and it really is a 3-team battle at the moment. Alamein, Bayside in the wind. Both sides having their various problems trying to play in these conditions at the moment. Galabadarachi again, struggling to get the corner to sit still before it can be swung in. This time, plenty of distance on the kick. Good header away by Runnels. Doyle at the penalty spot. Lays it off to Checker, who then sends it high over the bar and out for a goal kick. Story of the first half so far. Game has reached no great heights, and it remains 0-0. Maisel sets the goal kick on the left side once again. This time, a bit more distance. Up to the centre circle, Rossi charging through, ricochet to Ferreira Bass. Sliding through Minton. Maisel's out of her line and bravely down at the feet of Kelsey Minton to pluck the ball away. Good work by the keeper. Minton, no thoughts of lunging after the ball when she saw Maisels was making her way out at a sprint. Takeda plays it to Fogarty. Pass backwards, catches the wind. Au has to go and chase it down. Belleville, dangerous back pass. Ferreira Bass takes possession away, but only briefly, as Burke rolls it back to the keeper. Fogarty slices a pass sideways, and Belleville won't chase it down as it goes out for an Alamein throw. Alamein perhaps need to be mindful here of just how much Bayside. Alamein perhaps need to be mindful here of just how much Bayside is struggling, and that if they don't score before half-time, as we see Ferreira Bass turn in board here, Fogarty gets it away. But if they aren't able to capitalise with the wind at their backs, how difficult it may be in the second half to try and go on and win this game. And it certainly might be a means to Bayside getting back into it. So they perhaps. Burke goes on the attack for Bayside. If they can score against the run of play here, it really would be a huge bonus. Hirano past Ellis. From the right side, Hirano's low cross is prodded away once by Rossi, sent across the face, and then Harbus can't chase it down before it goes out for a goal kick. It's good play by Hirano though. Left Ellis behind on the right side of attack and had 2 attempts from a very tight angle. Neither of them able to work out in the end. Checker, often running for Alamein. Drives it long through the left, intercepted by Burke. Galabadarachi working very deep in midfield. Troubles with Hirano, plays it back to Ellis. And gets caught in possession by Shearing, but it deflects over to Checker, who then clears it away.
Quickly, quickly! That's your player. Turn your back. Back to the goal.
Galabadarachi Back to Doyle, who lets it run on for Checker. Checker turns and hits it back out to Ellis on the left. Shearing, now Burke through the middle to Runnels. Caught by backtracking Alonso. Checker clears away through the right side. And Lawson motoring after the ball. Can't run it down before it goes out for a throw.
Get in front, John. Yep. On the front, don't foul. Good go.
Alonso plays it to Lawson. Lawson and Belleville battling against the touchline. Lots of debate over which way the throw is going, but it's Bayside who get possession. Runnels with the flick header on, Shearing back to Fogarty. Sliding a pass up to Woods Harvest, but Patrikas keeps it away. And now Minton back to Patrikas, loose first touch. Shearing comes through and takes the ball. Runnels hits it long out to Hirano on the right side, and Ellis is right there on her case, forcing Hirano back into the defensive half. Parton. Long ball knocked down by Patrikas to Alonso. And Harvest advancing. Can't take possession away from Lawson, who's turning through the right, hits it long. Ferreira Bass switching out to Minton, promising for Alamein. And then Minton runs straight into the challenge of Fogarty. Has to go backwards. Rossi through the left side, headed clear by Burke. Brought down by Hirano. And Bayside with the field opening up here, but Harvest has strayed offside. And that's so frustrating for Bayside. A rare attack and a rare opportunity to run at the Alamein defence. But ultimately, Harvest couldn't stay onside. Got scores around the grounds. There's one other women's NPL game going on today, and Bulleen 1 leading NTC 0. That game also kicked off at 3 p.m. over at Disc. But so far, 1-0 to Bulleen. Scoreless here, and we've now had 32 minutes. Checker spinning and running away from Runnels. Out to the left side of defence. Hits it long. Header by Takeda. Galabadarachi. Ball deflects off Jessau. Back to Ellis, who is able to win a throw. Referee whistle goes. Bayside will get the ball. Frustrating starting to build here for Alamein as they can sense that half-time is approaching, and they have not really looked close to scoring in this game. Alyssa Maisels barely called her name in the last 10 minutes. Hasn't had that much to do. Doyle to Ferreira Bass. Doyle through the right side. Belleville with an important stop. Ferreira Bass waiting for the ball to loop into her path. Alonso, it's going to sit up here for a shot. And Takeda does well to block it away, but it's going to hit the wind and be taken out for a corner kick. On a normal day, that block would have perhaps gone up the pitch in Bayside's favour. Instead, it slices away and goes out for a corner. That's the sort of pressure that they're under today.
Tell him.
those of you not familiar with H.A. Smith, it's a shared venue. We've got a thirds game going on over on the other pitch, so we've just had to return the ball over the temporary partition. And now Galabadarachi is ready to take the corner with the wind as strong as it's been all day. It's a high looping ball beyond the far post and out for a goal kick. And where so many of the corners today have been short and cleared at the near post, that one had way too much on it. The goal kick presents a different challenge here for Bayside. Trying to move the ball up the pitch. Maisels onto the head of Alonso. Ferreira Bass nods it down to Lawson. Knocks it back. Ferreira Bass couldn't get there in time. And Takeda has been so important guarding the Bayside penalty area so far today. Well played by the Japanese defender. Checker. High ball, Lawson, time to run, stayed onside. And is now away through the right. Jenna Lawson taking on Belleville, low cross, Ferreira Bass scooping it into the 6-yard box. And it's cleared away by Burke, who was awake to the danger. Clever from Ferreira Bass, but it wasn't a goal-bound touch. And now, with the field stretched, Bayside are going back the other way. Pass from Runnels, Shearing can't chase it down. And Hudson, out to the edge of her penalty area, is able to hold on to it. It's the best end-to-end attacking we've seen all day. Check it to Ellis. And now Minton down the byline. Ball stays in. Jags back central. Galabadarachi can't keep the shot down. And that's Alamein's best chance in a little while, but Jacinta Galabadarachi let fly and sent it well over the bar. It wasn't close. Inside the last 10 minutes of the first half then, we've played 36 and a half, and it remains 0-0. And this game, which has not reached any great heights so far, is only going to get more interesting in the second half as Alamein have to play into the wind rather than with it. Parton clears to Harbus. And as has been the case for almost every throw-in decision along the near touchline to the benches, it's been debated and appealed by both sides.
Arissa, the gap's too big between you and Steph.
Jess out to Belleville. Clearance is sliced central to Cater. No nonsense. Gets it away. Off the head of Patricus, but it goes backwards. Checker up for a volley. And the referee says a high boot against Emma Checker. Well, I can't say I agree with that call. It seemed as though Checker was nowhere near her opponent.
She wasn't even close to the ball.
And don't tell me she's talked her way into the book here. Tina Zaff is got her hand on her pocket. Is it going to be a card? Tina Zaff still talking. The debate continues here, and Emma Checker eventually walks away.
Maybe take a pass to the inside. There you go.
No card. Well, I've got to say I didn't agree with the call, and I would have agreed even less with a card, but got to respect the initial decision, and common sense has prevailed that Checker has not talked her way into the book. Bayside can capitalise here. It would be a massive bonus. It's hit high and then sliding across the face of the area from Takeda. Runnels with a header, appealing for handball. No such luck. It's cleared away. Molly Burke veering in and doesn't like the option, so it goes back to Parton. Across to Takeda. Long ball, Hirano in a dangerous position here. Ducks in, plays it to Jessau, top of the box, the shot, and it's held onto on one bounce by Hudson. It was a little bit awkward, it almost squirmed back out, but Hudson makes her first save of the afternoon. And that is Bayside's best constructed attack by some way.
Win that, Sienna.
Ferreira Bass plays it through the right. Do Alamein have an instant reply to Bayside's forward foray? Lawson able to lose the attention of Belleville. Low cross. Minton, big turning circle, but opened the space to score. And Alamein do get their goal with the wind at their backs. Jana Lawson made it down on the right, and Kelsey Minton given the space to turn on a huge turning circle, but that just helped to open up the angle, and she shot across Melissa Maisels and was able to make it Alamein 1, Bayside 0. Goal coming in the 40th minute, just 5 before half-time. Kelsey Minton continues her prolific goal-scoring season. And so the goal Alamein were seeking will move them to 42 points. Of course, with Bulleen currently leading NTC, they're not going to be making up any ground in the battle for third today, at least if that's anything to go by. Still only 1-0 over a disc though, which might give Alamein a degree of hope. Lawson throws it long. Can they get another one in quick succession? Ferreira Bass on a tight angle, can't chase it down. Goal kick. So the table at the moment, South Melbourne on 54, Calder United with the game in hand on 50, Bulleen Lions on 46, and Alamein with a game in hand on 42. And then Geelong Galaxy, from the same number of games played as Alamein, are on 36. So it's a 6-point gap between 4th and 5th. Alamein certainly haven't given up hope of catching Bulleen for third. They do play each other again before the end of the year. And South Melbourne also play both before the end of the year as well, and given the closeness of the title race, you'd expect that South will be trying desperately to win both games, as Ellis sends a probing ball into the area, which is cleared away by Belleville. Galabadarachi wants to cut back onto her right side, but there are plenty of Bayside shirts in the way. Back to Ellis, right-footed diagonal ball over the head of Doyle, bouncing through and picked up by Maisels. Possession given away and turned in for the second. Maisels got a hand to it, but Amanda Doyle makes it Alamein 2, Bayside 0. And in the last 5 minutes before half-time, Alamein have taken control of the game. Bayside coughing up possession, and so costly because it was returned with interest. And off the hand of Maisels, it still fell into the back of the net rather than going over the bar. Goals in the 40th and 43rd minutes as Doyle joins Minton on the scorer's sheet.
Candy, get in front there. Candy, come. Candy, there you go.
Headed by Parton. Appeared to deflect off Ferreira Bass, and the referee agrees.
I want you to stand in front. That's it, good. Leave that one. That's it. Go. That's it. There it is, Jonah. Hey. Oh, she's pushing her with hands. Watch it, come around. There it is. Go.
Shearing. Rossi, you heard the clatter of ball against boots. Last touch off Belleville. So Alamein get possession again.
Candy, be short, get in front.
Long throw from Lawson. Harvest. Ferreira Bass knocked over by Belleville. Play continues. Now the wind takes the ball over to the opposite side of the pitch. Ellis, under pressure from Hirano, goes back to Checker. We're about to tick into first half stoppage time. 30 seconds of regulation to go. Alamein are committing numbers up the pitch here, sensing the chance to try and score a third and put the game out of reach before the break, perhaps. A scrap in midfield, and Fogarty has won a foul off Alonso. 1 minute of additional time at the end of the first half. So Fogarty hits the free kick onto the head of Ellis, who steers it away. Last hurrah of the first half for Bayside then. Shearing going backwards though. Parton caught in possession by Lawson. Now Belleville, a tentative header. Bouncing away from Alonso. Doyle takes possession. Turns and hits it long. Lawson's going to try and dig deep and run again. Parton backtracking first though. Steers it to Maisels. And Maisels finds the safety of the touchline. Time might beat everyone though. That's the 1 minute of stoppage by my watch. Team Zaf might let this throw in occur though. So a little bit of a bonus opportunity for Alamein here at the end of the first half. Into the penalty area they go. Minton lays it down. Galabadarachi able to find space on a tight angle. And Jacinta makes it 3 right on the stroke of half-time. Galabadarachi was happy to break wide and try her luck from the tight angle. And the finish was a very, very good one. Alamein go 3-0 up. And they have scored 3 times in 6.5 minutes at the end of the first half to seemingly take this game out of Bayside's reach. And so from kick-off the half-time whistle goes. Bayside would have every right to perhaps feel aggrieved that stoppage time, at least as was suggested, might have been up. And will it be more in the second half, or can Bayside, with the wind at their backs, perhaps try to mount some resistance, if not a comeback of their own, as the whistle goes at the start of the second 45. One change during the halftime break. Bayside subbing off Natasha Belleville and bringing on Ash Harvey over at left back. So that will be the only change of the game so far. Of course, you do get up to 5 in women's NPL. So I'm sure we'll see more players into the game through the course of the afternoon. Alamein scoring via Kelsey Minton in the 40th minute, Amanda Doyle in the 43rd, and then Jacinta Galabadarachi in first half stoppage time. And Jana Lawson is away through the right early here. Looked like a handball from Candela Ferreira-Vass, volleying it up into her own arm. Not to matter, it went out for a goal kick. And Alamein's team unchanged from the one that really struggled to deal with the wind. Playing a lot of overhit passes, shooting over the bar for a lot of the first half, and then it all changed when Minton was able to wheel around and shoot across the goalkeeper and score on 40 minutes. And then Bayside really lost their resistance at that point. Lawson with a deflected cross. It's going to be a corner. And it's already more sustained attacking down at the northern end of the ground than we've seen all day. So perhaps the wind won't matter quite as much as Alamein attack into it here in the second half. They have enough incentive to keep going on with the job here. If they're going to catch the Bulleen Lions goal difference. Bulleen are 3-0 up against NTC today, so literally no ground, as I fumble over my words, literally no ground gained at the moment, because Bulleen came into the day 4 points ahead of Alamein, even though Alamein had a game in hand. They're both 3-0 up at the moment. Galabadarachi's corner, bouncing to the top of the box, Checker with a volley, and sends it almost back from where it came, out for a goal kick. Goal kick taken on this occasion by Takeda. Maisel's deferring responsibility here at the start of the second half. Lawson booted away by Takeda. Now Doyle over to Ellis. Running underneath our commentary position. Ellis sends the ball down the left side. And it's deflected out. Great to have FFE radio co-commentator of previous games, Caleb Smith, listening in. Who are the goal scorers at Disc, Caleb, if you're still there? Interesting to see that Bulleen are 3-0 up. There was only 1-0 until late, and a bit like this game, they scored twice in the last 5 minutes of the first half. Minton sends the ball through the left side. Takeda escapes out to the right back corner and drives the ball down the line. And then Rossi with a little shimmy. Plays it back to Checker. Possession given away and then retrieved by Rossi. Long ball from Patricus. And Ferreira Bass can't chase it down, held onto by Maisels. Bounces the ball. Doyle out muscling Harvest, backtracking. Throw in for Lawson. Back to Checker at the centre of defence. Alamein showing real intent here at the start of the second half, being proactive. Starving Bayside of the ball, certainly. Minton has come right down into the defensive half. Takeda boots it clear, wearing orange boots to go with the orange socks and shorts. Now Rina Hirano caught in possession. Ellis has done well, keeping the ball away from arguably the greatest goal threat for Bayside United. Hirano, who had the occasional moment in that first half, but wasn't overly prominent. Perhaps a bit like Bayside's season, started brilliantly, as did the team, and has faded since, but she can spark up here. Not quite. Ball runs out for a goal kick as Checker had it protected. Checker. Minton. Back to Doyle. And Doyle drives it diagonal. Harvey keeps it away from Lawson. Bouncing over the head of Harvest. Now Patricus. Caught in possession by Jess Au. Breaking out to the left. And turns onto her right side. Pass straight to Doyle. Been giving the updates on women's NPL around the grounds in men's NPL. Heidelberg and Hume City's the only top flight game today, and it's only just kicked off at a 4 p.m. start. And the other two games, Moreland City 2 leading Werribee City 0 and Melbourne Victory 2 leading Box Hill 0. Lawson breaking away from Harvey. Cross goes behind Ferreira Bass though and sits up for Molly Burke. Clearing it up to Hirano. Wearing the full orange leggings today, Rina Hirano, in the cold weather. able to turn away from Ellis, and now the chase is on. Hirano plays an attempted diagonal ball, which is volleyed away by Checker. Jessau, the long shot's on here, and Jessau accepts the invitation, but can't hit the target, putting it wide right. And it took a deflection to take it out for a corner.
Come on, get in there, Jana, get in there. Set yourself up, pick up.
I was a bit surprised initially at how wide of the target the shot went, but the deflection explains it.
Hey, 24, hey! Kelsey! Kelsey! Get there!
So we went on the corner kick for Bayside. Into the hot spot it goes. Alonso with a volley away. And now at the edge of the box, Minton takes on Jessau, gets past Fogarty. Now backtracking. Burke sends it out to the right. Hirano left Ellis behind. And now sending a right-footed cross through the box, but Patricus is able to reach out and volley it away. And then Ellis nods it on, out for a throw. Shearing brings it down. And the flag is up for offside, right down in the corner. So Bayside attack breaks down. All of Alamein's subs are currently seated, as are all the remaining Bayside ones, so neither team thinking about a change just yet. Some 53.5 minutes in. Bit of a delay as we wait for the ball to be retrieved and thrown back up to the edge of the midfield third. Ellis will take the throw. And the referee has seen an infringement by Alonso, so it will be a Bayside ball. Hit long by Takeda, flicked on by Runnels. Some question of a foul, and a late whistle does arrive. Doyle was falling into the back of Runnels, and it's a good call, at least in my opinion, by the referee. And a free kick now, with the wind behind them, that Bayside can perhaps cause a bit of trouble with here. Takeda, who's shown her ability to boot the ball long distances, is now stepping up. One goal back and anything's possible here. Currently 3-0 down Bayside, but let's see what Takeda can manufacture. Well, that's an anticlimax. It just goes sailing over all the players in the area and well wide to the left, out for a goal kick. Bulleen have added a fourth against NTC, so they are now enhancing their goal difference compared to that of Alamein, who still somewhat realistically can catch them. Might go through the run home for both teams, actually, because there are still plenty of opportunities for them to pick up or drop points on each other. Doyle through the left side. Minton onto the ball. Step over and then to the top of the box. Took on one player too many. Cleared away by Burke. Bouncing up to Shearing, who can't trap it. Doyle. Now Hirano turning, playing it to Harvis. Harvis ducks back into the defensive half and sends it out to the right. Jessau. Early ball. Fogarty making a good run. Great first touch from Fogarty, and then the shot. Well, goalkeeper was wrong-footed because it hit a defender. And it falls to Harvis, who sends a volley high over the bar, trying to make the spectacular happen from the top right corner of the area. So here's the run home for both teams. Bulleen have got Bayside at home, Calder away, Alamein at home, and then South Melbourne at home on the final day of the season. While Alamein have got Calder United away next Saturday. Then they've got South Melbourne at Lakeside, Bulleen at the Veneto Club, Box Hill United in the catch-up round, and then Box Hill United on the last day of the season. Sub coming up, and Grace Norbury is going to come on for Bayside. So their second change, having brought on Ash Harvey at halftime, and Jess Au leaves the game. So Norbury is into the action. Bit of a surprising sub, perhaps necessitated by fitness of Jess Au. Not sure if she's battling any injuries. Seems all right. She leaves the game. Anyway, the point of reading out those two runs home for both Alamein and Bulleen is not only do they play each other, they both play South Melbourne. And perhaps Alamein's is arguably a bit tougher because they play Calder again. Although Bulleen have got them as well, so that's redundant. They will have a chance to battle each other for third and fourth. Good luck trying to pick who will end up in that position. They've met twice already this year. It was 0-0 first time around at Bulleen, and then it was a 3-0 win to Bulleen here at H.A. Smith the last time they met. It was a really awful performance from Alamein as Ferreira Bass goes barging over Melissa Maisels, who had already picked up the ball. Ferreira Bass couldn't stop her momentum. The foul's given, and Maisels, who has had so many injury issues in the last 2 years, you can't help but think that fouls like that are a bit unnecessary, really. Ferreira Bass quick to leave the scene though. Maisels less than thrilled about it. And Takeda will go back to take the free kick. Booted long up to the halfway line by Takeda. Pinball in midfield. Alonso steers it back to Rossi. All the way back to Checker. Now through the right side. Lawson being chased by Harvey. It's been arguably Alamein's best play today, Lawson, without actually scoring. Although on this occasion she's been steered all the way back into the defensive half. Hudson with a clearance that's cut out by Runnels. Harvey up to Shearing. Bayside might be on here. Norbury back to Shearing, edge of the box, and it didn't quite set up for Hirano. It did for Checker, who booted it away. We've crossed the hour mark by all of 5 seconds, and it remains same score as half-time. Alamein 3, Bayside 0. And over at disc, it is still, to the best of my knowledge, Bulleen Lions 4 leading NTC 0. Cross into the box by Lawson, bouncing up, held onto by Maisels. Handball by Minton, almost on the halfway line. Heard the shout of Tina Zaff there at Alamein players not to stand in the way of a quick restart, otherwise they'd get a yellow. Long ball by Takeda. First header by Runnels, but it won't stay down and sails out. Hudson's goal kick is met by a whistle. It'll be a free kick to Alamein. Game has dipped back into a bit of a holding pattern here. The wind has picked up again as well. And Bayside trying to resist here as Alamein push on to try and build on their 3-0 lead. Alonso, long ball. Ferreira Bass turning out to the left on a tight angle, and that is a bad challenge from Takeda. In on the heels of Ferreira Bass, and the penalty decision, an easy one for Tina Zaff. And Alamein will get a chance to score their 4th goal of the afternoon. Ferreira Bass able to protect the ball, and through the ankles, Takeda went. Jacinta Galabadarachi, who's been on penalty taking duty since arriving at the club, quick to grab the ball, keen to add to her goal in the first half. Up against Melissa Maisels. Galabadarachi's penalty then. And it's low into the bottom right. Maisels with a full-length dive, just couldn't get there. And it is Alamein 4-0 as Galabadarachi squeezes the penalty past the goalkeeper. Ferreira Bass won it, Galabadarachi converted it. And in the 64th minute, that makes it Alamein 4, Bayside United 0. Very well placed penalty, and it had to be because Maisels was reaching out for it, and the reaction very much said how frustrated she was to not get the ball. Norbury falls over under pressure from Ferreira Bass, and they score 2 in a minute. Ferreira Bass going to ground, and it goes out for a goal kick. Sniskadzic shouting to his subs that are warming up. 2 pieces of paper have gone in, so 4 might be enough for him to turn to some of the youngsters that are on the bench. Got the mature-aged Kat Goff as well to call upon if they need to. Hirano. Now Molly Burke in a tangle with Minton. Ellis comes in to help out, but the ball had already gone over the touchline. Bayside throw. No, Alamein throw. Referee eventually realising that Bayside had picked up the ball. Down the line and headed out by Ferreira Bass, and Bayside do get the ball back, just 15 metres further down than where they were. Jacinta through the left to Ferreira Bass, swinging a left-footed volley, but in tight quarters was not able to really get a lot of power behind it, and that was held onto by Maisels. Now Ash Harvey breaking out of defence. Sends a long ball. Harvest can't control it. And it goes back to Checker. So triple sub being lined up by Alamein. Goff, Richards and Lemieux all about to get subbed on. Be interesting to see who they replace here. 4th official has got the board ready to go. Throw in from Lawson. Ferreira Bass trying to turn the ball back into the penalty area, but can't do so. And now we see some of these subs taking place. Rachel Alonso is coming off for Lemieux. And it looks as though it's Jana Lawson who's coming off for Catherine Goff. I'm a bit surprised about the Lawson sub. I suppose she might have been on track to be the player of the game, but her afternoon is about to come to an end after 66 minutes. And then the last player to come off is Maria Patricus for Lucy Richards. So triple change for Alamein. We'll see just how disruptive that might be to the flow of the game, actually, introducing 3 new players. Richards has gone at right back. Lemieux at central midfield, and Goff at right forward. So 3 switches player for player. No need to move any of the existing players on the pitch into a new position to accommodate. And Lemieux is involved straight away. Back to Checker. Ellis, bit of an awkward first touch, has to go back to Checker. And being corralled by Kirsty Shearing, out for a throw. And booted onto the roof, as you can hear. Bayside defending at the halfway line. Ellis hurls it down the line. Norbury struggling under the pressure of Galabadarachi. Ends up putting it out for a throw. Bulleen have added a fifth over at disc, so they now lead NTC 5-0. Ellis's throw for Erebus, rolling to Cater from the tight angle. Lofts the ball well away from the net, and chasing it back out of the box is Goff. Ash Harvey getting in the road. Knocks it out for a throw. Ball has run over onto the opposite pitch here at H.A. Smith, so we've got a bit of a delay here as it's retrieved. Throw in and Fogarty heads it away. Only as far as Richards, who's knocked over by Runnels. Plays continues. Doyle, high ball to Cater, comes across with a solid header. Deflecting back to the top of the box. Parton clears this time, only as far as Lemieux. And now Galabadarachi turning through the left side, being chased by Parton. Galabadarachi cuts back into the challenge of Runnels, escapes that, and on the tight angle, firing into Maisels, who saves it. Had the angles covered. Galabadarachi, known for her solo work, really, and just I think the entire Bayside defence knew that she wasn't going to be passing it to a teammate in that situation. They just tried to follow her wherever she ran. Maisels ended up making a good save. Alamein asking more questions again as the ball is rolled out for a throw. As it goes out for a throw, are we about to see the next change for Bayside? Miller Jowett is going to be coming on. And number is up for Steph Parton. Well, again, a bit of a surprising sub. Parton, a pretty important cog of this Bayside team, but has been subbed out here at the 70-minute mark with 20 to go. And that means Sienna Fogarty has dropped back to the centre of defence, and Jowett comes on in midfield. Shearing is seemingly dropped back as well. Rena Hirano has gone to centre forward. And Miller Jowett has gone on, I think, as a right forward here, but it's Alamein who are on the attack. Fogarty, newly moved into centre back, has to shuffle quickly to get it away. Thrown down the line by Harvey. Galabadarachi rides a challenge from Shearing. Advantage given by the referee, but the pass is then played straight into Fogarty. Bayside coming back the other way. Hirano trying to escape Rossi. Battle of imports, Japan and America. Played onto Harvest. Harvest turns it central. Ellis read the ball best. Keeps it clear of Jowett and now rolls it up to Ferreira Bass on halfway. Turning it and playing it out to the left. Minton. Checker. And Checker's pass is misdirected out for a throw. News of a goal around the grounds in men's NPL. Hume City 1, Heidelberg 0. So that's a huge goal in the context of the battle against relegation. Ferreira Bass. Back to Minton. And back to Checker. Patient from Alamein at the moment. Does feel as though there are more goals in this game, especially if they can feed Galabadarachi, who seems determined to add to the tally. Ferreira Bass to Ellis, who's starting to advance, but an underhit pass is intercepted by Burke. Minton comes across. Burke rides the tackle and plays it to Runnels. And then Hirano was offside, straying beyond the defensive line. And that is a frustration for Bayside, that when they do get on the move, the offside flag has intervened. Harvey against Richards on the outer side. Ends up going out for an Alamein throw. More subs being readied for Alamein. Checker to Doyle. Takeda. And the long ball that'll run down to Hudson. Ellis. Can't win the throw. It's going to be a Bayside ball now on the right side of their attack. Norbury, central midfield, and fouled by Galabadarachi, and Bayside might have fancied advantage there, but they'll have a free kick in a central position. Shooting range. About 15 metres from the edge of the penalty area, but with the wind behind them, so anything's possible here. Takeda having a discussion with Sienna Fogarty, who has scored some great long-range free kicks over the years, both in the old Women's Premier League and in NPL. And the added difficulty for Alamein is that Erin Hudson is now looking into the sun. Fogarty hits the free kick into the wall. Shouts for handball. Fogarty follows up, and this is a low rolling shot straight at the keeper, who is able to hold on. The initial free kick, not a good one from Fogarty. Alamein set to empty the bench here. They've got their last two available subs up at the sideline waiting for the next break in play. And they'll go through now. So Brie Gurr is coming on for Liv Ellis, and Indy Johansson Block is coming on for Kelsey Minton. So I suspect it might be more like-for-like subs. Ellis, who was playing at left back, comes off, and Minton, who was playing at right forward, has been replaced by Johansson Block. So that's all 5 changes for Alamein. They won't be turning to their bench again today with some 14 minutes plus stoppage to go. Currently leading 4-0. Gurr, first involvement, throws it to Checker. Rossi over the shoulder of Goff, who turns to go and chase the ball, battling against Harvey. Spins back in. Richards gives up possession. Fogarty clears away. Rossi at right back. Harvey, desperate defending for Bayside, to Shearing. Lemieux caught in possession by Shearing, who plays it through the left, and Bayside are on here. Harbus, left-footed cross into the near post, and Hirano couldn't make the run in time. Held on to by Hudson, ultimately unchallenged. That was a better chance than it looked for Bayside. Hit long by Hudson up to Ferreira-Bass. Out to Richards on the right. Long ball, Goff accelerating, trying to catch Fogarty in possession, puts off the clearance. Ferreira-Bass with a shot, and it's wide right. Maisels fully outstretched, diving after the ball, but it didn't matter because it was off target in the end, just wide. Rossi. Pass intercepted by Burke. Shearing. Norbury plays it to Fogarty. Now Harbus. Bayside enjoying a bit more possession at the moment. Over the little right side and coming across. Gurr keeps it away from Burke. Johansson block, caught in possession. Runnels is down and hurt. Looks like an ankle injury. And shouts to kick the ball out here to Galabadarachi, who obliges. And you worry for Emma Runnels here because immediately after the collision with Johansson block, she was down. Just getting up, could she put any weight on the ankle? She can. It's right in front of the Bayside bench, so the trainer is right there. And Runnels, with a smile, which I suggest is good news, is able to walk over to the sidelines to be attended to. Bayside throw the ball back to Alamein. Into the last 10 minutes then. Alamein 4, Bayside 0. Taking care of business on a day where they needed to win to extend their lead over Galaxy in the battle for 4th and just keep on the coattails of Bulleen in the race, potentially for 3rd. Ferreira-Bass from deep on the left, crossing in, intercepted at the near post by Fogarty. Bayside temporarily down to 10. Runnels is still looking very proppy over on the sidelines. And referee wants to stop play here to talk to Runnels. They're discussing, is it an open wound? 4th official's right there, but referee wants to come over and have a look for herself. And so Runnels is sent back to the sideline and they remain down to 10. Maybe Alamein can capitalise as a result. Well, Bayside are away, even down a player. Jowett gives up possession. Richards back to Rossi. Hudson to Checker. Doyle. Left-footed pass onto the head of Ferreira-Bass, who flicks it on. Now all the way back to Maisels, who scoops a clearance. Norbury chests it down. Has the time to send it out to Burke on the right. And caught in possession by Ferreira-Bass. Ferreira-Bass with a volley off the chest of Norbury. Hooked away by Burke. Checker boots it high and long. Headed from Fogarty. Brought down by Doyle. Lemieux. Through the right. Richards takes on Harvey. Keeps it moving. Cat Goff trying to raise the sprint. Harvey pursuing. And now Goff cuts back in. Richards, first time pass on the left, is intercepted by Norbury. Rolling up to Checker.
Ash, run it down next time. Keep it in front of you.
So Bayside belatedly will make a sub to replace Runnels here. Sarah Walsh is coming on. And customary mention, it's not that Sarah Walsh, it is a namesake. And Runnels' afternoon is over as Walsh comes on to replace the already departed Bayside midfielder. Doyle boots it long down the right. It's on the line. Fogarty trying to keep it in. End result is an Alamein throw. Long ball from Harpus, bouncing down to Hudson, right up at the edge of the box. And whatever impetus Alamein have had for a fifth goal here in this second half, since the subs has largely been through their right flank and the threat of Goff, but she's denied on this occasion. Bouncing back down to Hudson once again. Checker. Over to Rossi. Lifts it high and long. Off the head of Ferreira Bass. It's going to fall kindly. Goff, great acceleration. Nearly able to get to the ball. Takeda slid in and got it away. Kat Goff was just moving so smoothly past the other players. It took a well-timed tackle to prevent her from taking off with the ball. Just looks so quick out there. I know it's the end of a difficult afternoon for the players that started the game, but that was certainly pace of a different level. Gallipanarachi caught in possession once, goes back and wins the ball again. Now showing a burst of acceleration of her own, and Harvest commits a foul and will be doing pretty well to avoid a booking here. Sending Jacinta tumbling to the ground. We haven't had a card in this game and we won't here. Suggest we might make it all the way to full time with that one. Harvest, who's down on her haunches after getting winded in an earlier collision before getting back up and committing the foul. Ferreira Bass over the free kick, 2 in the wall. Don't rule out a direct shot. Ferreira Bass has a crack, and on the half volley it is held onto by Maisels next to her left-hand post. Not falling for that one. Hirano. Burke. Walsh. Harvest to Jowett. Richards plays a pass back to Hudson, who's then ironed out by Jowett, who followed through on the keeper. Able to bounce back up to her feet. Fogarty's header. Brought down by Richards. Johansson block. Turning and playing it into the path of Ferreira Bass, who's got a window of opportunity. Tight on the right side of the area. Into Takeda. Keeps the ball moving, and then Fogarty boots it away. Walsh steers a header sideways. Shearing has to go chasing after it. And can't keep it in. Into the last 5 minutes then. Score remains Alamein 0, Bayside 4. Gurr to Johansson block. Taken away by Burke. Shearing. Trying to turn out of trouble and gets the ankles tapped and is fouled. Lemieux on this occasion the offender. Takeda takes the restart. Bouncing on over the heads of all Bayside players. Checker is back and trying to usher the ball over the line for a goal kick. Succeeds in doing so. Well, the referee is saying it's a corner. So Alamein have to switch right back on here. Checker still protesting to the referee as she runs back into position. So the corner hit to the far post, headed by Burke, half volleyed away by Ferreira-Bass. And now Goff again showing that acceleration, able to run away from Harvey. Got half the field to work with. Johansson blocks, making a run in the middle. Ball out in front has too much on it. And Maisels picks it up at the edge of the penalty area. They looked like they might have been away there, Alamein, but not to be. Norbury turns it central. Good pass in the end, finds Molly Burke. Can Bayside leave with a goal? Goal difference could prove crucial in the battle for third spot for Alamein. As of right now, Bulleen is still 5-0 up against NTC, so they've gained a goal on Alamein today. Burke, and the ball runs out. Checker away from Jowett, being chased by the sub, made to move it on. Harvey sees it over the line for a throw. And what's the referee saying here? Is it an infringement against Richards or a foul throw? We're into the last minute of regulation. It is a foul, so free kick to Bayside, which they'll put on the ground. Nope, it is a throw after all. Referee insisting on a retake. Thrown back to Richards, the player who was involved, but it slides over to Shearing. Long ball and misdirected. Will eventually slide out for a goal kick. So that should just about take us into stoppage time then at the end of this one. A match which was seemingly in the balance until 3 goals in the last 5 minutes of the first half put it out of reach. And Alamein consolidated with just a penalty here in the second half. Goal kick. Johansson block, trying to control it. Doyle. Walsh. Doyle wins it back, clears away. Fogarty. Plays it over to Harbus. Richards to Goff. Goff leaves the ball behind. Fogarty plays it to Walsh. Norbury trying to protect the ball and was getting the ankles tapped by Ferreira-Bass. We are 40 seconds into 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the afternoon. Alamein holding a 4-0 lead. Takeda to take a free kick. Is there one last goal to be added to the score today? Drifts it into the box. It's knocked down by Doyle. And Bayside do get their goal. Molly Burke on the scene. Alamein won't be happy with how they defended the free kick, but Bayside do get something to show for their efforts this afternoon. And they peg 1 back. Alamein 4, Bayside 1. It wasn't the best defended free kick, and that will be something for Alamein to think about before they head to Keilor Park to play Calder next week, as Burke scores 90 seconds into stoppage time. Alamein kick off them. Best part of a minute to go. Check out. Ball bouncing on away from the goal scorer, Burke, out for a throw. Lemieux, Gurr, Norbury boots it away. And it's seen out by Checker running over the line. Hudson goal kick. Bouncing up to Johansson block. Stoppage time is up. Referee not looking at the watch just yet. Fogarty, long ball for Bayside. And it will run out for a throw. Richards throws it in. And the full-time whistle goes. Alamein take care of business. 3 goals in the last 5 minutes of the first half was what opened the game up. The second half certainly reached no great heights, and a late goal for Bayside means they don't leave empty-handed. The full-time score at H.A. Smith Reserve, Bayside United 1, Alamein 4.